Hello my little gorgeous people, welcome to another day on my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be telling you guys about my home life, sort of, in a way, kind of. It'll also be like a story time in a way because like, I'm telling you guys stories about my home life, so might as well like, call it what I can, you know? But basically, as I said, I'm going to be telling you guys about my home life, so let's get on into the video. When I was like a wee baby, my mom had me like when she was 25. Something like that. So when I was a wee little thing and I was born, my mom was 25 and she didn't like raise me on her own, but like to have both parents, she raised me on my own because my dad was, I think, either like in jail or prison. One of the two. I'm not sure. I don't really remember how it, whatever. So then eventually my dad got out and he moved back in with my mom, me, my brother, and my sister. And for the most part, I guess like I had always just assumed that I had this really perfect family life, you know, like I had what I wanted. I had siblings, I had a mom, I had a dad, I had friends, you know, I was, I guess in a young kid's mind, that's what everybody wants. But I never really saw it on the other side of the table, you know, I never saw how my brother and sister were seeing it as they were older than me, or how my mom was seeing it, or how my dad was seeing it. So, as the story goes, my dad wasn't really the best dad to my other siblings, or to whatever him and my mom really would call themselves with each other. And I guess, I don't know, like I never like had paid it any attention until I was 13. Like, that's when I actually realized that, like, wow, my dad's kind of a jerk. He was never there for me. Like, physically, I saw my dad, you know, like, he lived with us. But emotionally, he wasn't like a dad should be. And I guess that's one of the things that, like, really took a toll on me, growing up. Having my mom and having siblings, and then having a father, but not having a dad. And the reason why I say that is because anybody can be a father, you know, like it's not hard to impregnate somebody or to make a baby, and that's what makes you a father, you know, like to have a kid. But to be a dad, I feel like that's more like having an emotional connection, having that comfort from a child to a father type thing. I don't really know if that makes sense. So then I realized like early on in my life that my dad was always there for my god siblings more than he was for me. And I guess, you know, that like really, that hurt more than a lot of other things, because it's like I wanted my dad, you know, like they had fathers and they saw their fathers, but then they also had my dad and I didn't see my dad. And the thing that really irritates me now is he doesn't even talk to them anymore, you know, like they talk bad about him. And I will never like completely talk bad about my father. Like I'll never like just be this complete disrespectful person. Like yeah, sometimes I get really mad at him and I'll say things to like my mom or my other siblings. But the way they talk about my dad really irritates me, even though like he, you know, wasn't there for me and that we don't talk. Something I found out is that my dad like often was cheating on my mom. And I guess that also really makes me like completely angry, because when it comes to my mom, I will do anything for her, no matter how angry she makes me or how much I don't like. I was gonna say how much I don't like her. I love my mom. How much like at times I don't like her. Like I'll always love her even when she's like yelling at me or grounding me or making me feel like a complete screw up. But to find out that like he was like cheating on my mom was something that like really was upsetting. And I don't know. And then my mom told me this one story that like one time I had begged her to like not let us open presents till my dad got there, and that was the plan. Like my dad would come home and we would open presents, and then we didn't open presents until like 2 p.m. because my dad didn't come home until 2 p.m. And after that, him and my mom got into this huge argument, and he abused my mom, from what I found out, like emotionally. I don't know if he physically abused her, but like verbally and emotionally, he was this complete inconsiderate person. And I don't know, it's like, it's really scary to think that that's who I came from. Like, is that who I'm going to grow up to be? And I feel like you don't have to be like your parents. Like, a lot of people say you, it's like, oh, that's your parent, you're gonna grow up to be like them. Like, I feel like you should always be able to grow up to be your own person. So, I really realized that, like, I didn't have a dad the way I wanted a dad when I was 14, which was just last year. And I remember I was like listening to this song, and I was in my room just like minding my own business, and I had started to think about it, and I remember like I had started crying, and I went down to talk to my mom, and she was on the phone, and I was like, Mom, can we talk? And she had saw that I was crying. She's like, I'm gonna have to call you back to whoever she was talking to. And like I just like broke down, and I was like, why doesn't my dad love me? Why don't I have a dad? And I think that broke my mom's heart more than it could break mine, because it's like, oh, this daughter that you raise and you try to be there for and you want to be everything for, and she's not happy because of something that's going on, or the fact that somebody hurt her that's supposed to be there and to protect her and to love her, you know? And my mom always told me, you don't need your dad because you have your grandpa and you have your uncles, and that's great, you know, like I love my grandpa so much, and I love my uncles, and I get where she was coming from, but I always felt like, you know, that void wasn't filled, because it's like you have this place in your heart for everybody, and then there's that place for your dad, and it's just empty, like it's not there. Now, I'm not gonna get too much into detail of like my dad cheating on my mom, or my dad verbally and emotionally hurting my mom, or how he hurt my family, because I feel like there's always some things that like you should keep separate from like your life and the life you put on the internet, and that's what I want to do. Like, I don't want people to go find my father and destroy him, because that wouldn't be okay. But yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know, like, I have a mom, and I love my mom, and I have siblings, and I love my siblings, and though I love my dad, I don't have a dad. You know, like, not every family is perfect. Like, I don't have this perfect surrounding. I'm not this perfect child that a lot of people seem to think I am, because I have a parent. And I don't know, it's just, I wanted to put that out there to you guys, because it's a thing that exists. And yeah, but that's all I really wanted to, you know, tell you guys. That's all this video was about, whether it's a story time or it's not a story time, or whatever it's really called. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Comment down below whatever you guys want to comment. I don't really have a specific comment today. I make videos every freaking Tuesday and Saturday, and you guys should be here, because I'm always going to be here, and bye!
I